Hi, meet my vanity or dressing table or primary makeup storage area. I store most of my makeup here. Some products are in my bedroom, my daily use products, and the things that I'm sort of too scared to let out of my sight. Those are in my bedroom. Everything else is in here. So what is this? This is actually an antique dressing table. It's more than 85 years old. Grams tells me it's made of teak. It's a very hard wood. The person in the shop also said, as did an antiques expert, that this was actually teak wood. So I think I'm going to go with teak wood. Because although the color is rosewood, the grains remind me of teak wood. So that's what it is. I found it in an antique shop. I paid $750 for it. I am an antique collector. 3 generations in my family have a history of antique collecting. So I'm very pleased to have found an antique. Huge shout out to my Gramps, who is the primary reason that I have this. He can't even walk now. Came all the way to the antique shops, browsed, walked in and out of, hobbled rather, in and out with cane and everything of half a dozen or so shops, negotiated with the owners, brought the price down, supervised repairs and touching up. This one did require some polishing and a bit of varnish at the end. So he supervised all of that and sort of kept an eye on the whole thing until I took over and they finally brought it over to my place. So until then, he was kind of in charge. So huge shout out to my Gramps. He's probably not watching, but if you are, Gramps, thank you. You alone are responsible for this one and you know it. And I'm very, very pleased that this is around your age as well. It is 170 centimeters tall, with the mirror, of course. And there is no light in itself, obviously, because this is an antique piece. And back then, they probably didn't even have electric lighting on dressing tables. So this mirror is a tilting mirror. Sorry, Pongo. This is a tilting mirror. Because of the wall at the back, I'm not going to be able to show you the whole thing. The whole thing doesn't appear on camera. The camera is at the back of the room, very, very close to the wall. But the whole thing doesn't fit on screen. So I'm going to have to remove myself on screen and then show you the whole thing from top to bottom and show you what's inside each drawer. Now, there are 8 drawers, and I use only up to here. I don't use the ones below it. I mean, they're empty right now, but hopefully eventually, I mean, I keep photo props and things like that inside. I only use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drawers. And I love how compact it is. It's not one of those very pretty, modern, fancy pieces that you find. Not you know, pink and girly. It's utilitarian. It's very Edwardian to Georgian. But that is exactly what I wanted, being an antique collector. And this is a sort of classic. And being hardwood, it's going to last for a few lifetimes ahead without any problems, as long as I give it a bit of polishing and a coat of paint or two every, I don't know, 10 years or so. So apart from that, I don't have to worry about it, because hardwood is the best sort of wood. Teak, rosewood, those woods last longest and require the least maintenance. They're the most durable woods. So very pleased to find a hardwood antique dressing table. So I'm going to take myself off camera now, and then I'm going to show you the whole thing from top to bottom, and then bring you up close and show you what's inside. So yeah, these are actually my anti-echo panels. Some of you probably remember that when I moved in and sort of started making this my studio, there was a huge echo problem because of the lack of furniture. So I installed these echo panels, which have really happened. I know I bought the cheaper ones first. They didn't help. So then I approached another company who offered to do the whole thing for me. That was more expensive. They've done the ceiling as well. I'll show you my whole beauty room in another video. But as of now, this is a sort of more expensive, better quality anti-echo panel. And this is a sort of cheaper one, which didn't really work. So these are my anti-echo panels, in case you're wondering what on earth these things are on the wall. They're not here for decor. They're just here to keep the echo down and to keep this room, I wouldn't say soundproof, I'd say sound minimal. It's definitely not soundproof. But yes, there was a very bad echo, very severe echo in some of my earlier videos. When I moved in. But thanks to these, there's no echo now at all. And that is the whole thing in all its glory. So do ignore the Dalmatian on top. I'll just bring you up close. These are my Wayne Goss brushes. I don't keep all my makeup in here, as I said. The Chikuhodo and the Koido ones are in my bedroom because I'm too scared to let them out of my sight. Ignore the toothpicks, please. I don't know why they're here. So that is a Smashbox travel palette. It's the Art Color Love Masterclass palette from Holiday, I think 2015. I love this palette. So this drawer contains bullet lipsticks, not all of them. The very neutral ones are in my bedroom, so are the ones that I can't bear to let out of my sight. Everything else is in here. So I like how compact this is. You know, you have so many nooks and crannies where you can stash stuff, and there's enough space on top for me to work. And this cranny contains some brushes, not all of them. I'll show you my brush collection in detail later. These are the sort of everyday brushes that I use, not the Japanese ones either. So ignore the goose, please. These are the sort of used makeup brushes, the ones that need washing. That's where I put all the brushes that need washing, and ones that candle jar becomes full, I do my laundry. And behind that is a Lancome case which contains my travel brushes. So if I have to travel, all I have to do is slip that thing into my suitcase. I'll show you the contents of that another time, but before that, this drawer. That packet is silica gel. I buy silica gel beads wholesale and put them in my own sort of paper sachets because I need a lot of silica gel for my antiques and antiquarian books. So these are eyeliners, lip liners, sharpeners, and things like that. I think I'll declutter this one. So liquid lipsticks are up next. These happen to be my liquid lipsticks. All the packets that you see, like the ones that look like that, are silica gel beads that I've put in paper sachets. So as you can see, there are some backups as well. Chanel Rouge Double Intensité. I love that lipstick so much. As I said, not all of them are in here. Some of them are in my bedroom, the daily use ones. I really like Charlotte Tilbury now. I mean, at first I had a problem with the shade. Now I really like it. So I'll show you these in detail another time, but let's move to this drawer. This is probably going to be a nightmare. Gosh, yes. These are all the highlighters, blushes, bronzers, and highlighter, blush, bronzer palettes in one place. The funny thing is, I've bought very few of them. Most of them are gifts with purchase, and I've got a couple of them from the Sephora card program as well for my birthday and things like that. So I'll show you those in detail another time. Now is everybody's favorite drawer, eyeshadow palettes. Gosh. There's more than 50 in here, with about half a dozen or so in my bedroom. As you can see, I don't like single eyeshadows. I have very few of those. So that's pretty much everything else, apart from the ones in my bedroom, of course. Liquid and crayon shadows are here. I love that Marc Jacobs palette. There are actually a few here that I don't really like. But then I'm kind of, thinking about how much I had to sort of struggle to get them, and I don't want to let them go as a result. For instance, the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette kept getting sold out, and I actually got it thanks to a friend's efforts. So I didn't want to let it go as a result, but now I'm completely over the palette and barely reach for it. Naked Heat is another story. I adore that palette. And I actually prefer Too Faced Semi-Sweet to the Sweet Peach one. There's Desert Dusk, my favorite Huda palette. I have more of Obsessions somewhere. Ah, there it is. The writing's upside down, sorry. Givenchy's holiday palette from last year is over. That is Sephora's birthday present. I actually got two of those for my birthday. I have no idea why they gave me two of the same thing. So one of those I think I've already given away. If not, I will be including it in a giveaway soon. All the Balm palettes are beneath that one. That is Balm Jovi. Hang on. And there are the sleek palettes. I've actually decluttered a few sleek palettes. I think I'm kind of over palettes right now. I mean, there's so much saturation. There's sort of palette overkill right now, and, particularly warm neutral palettes. So I'm not really wowed by any of those. So let's put these away. So those are the quads that I have. Well, not all of them. There's more quads in here. But because I couldn't fit all the quads in here, I put some of them in that tray. So that's the sort of most interesting drawer, I suppose. And let's go to the last one. I mean, it's not the last one. There's two beneath it, but this is the last one that I'm going to show you because the other two are mostly empty. These are foundations, primers, and some mascaras, not minis. Minis are in my bedroom. Some of the minis are not even out of the Sephora Lash Stash box they came in. So these are all the sort of compacts and powder foundations. Ignore the silica gel sachets, please. Should probably have taken them out, but I'm sort of very scared of moisture getting in and ruining my products. So I use Look Fantastic beauty boxes as drawer dividers. And these are the liquid foundations. Huda's 4 filters. There's also Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Foundation. There's Hourglass Immaculate, Estee Lauder Double Wear Stain Place, Cover FX Custom Cover Drops. Now, these could do with some decluttering eventually. I mean, not immediately, of course, but eventually, because, I don't know, those at the back are the ones that I don't really reach for, because either the shape match isn't proper, or the texture isn't very good, or they're greasy, or they break me out for some reason or the other. Barely reach for them. So they're at the back. So those could do with some decluttering. And these are the primers that I have, and the concealers as well, and some mascaras. More on those later. I'll do a detailed video on my stash eventually. For now, you'll just have to make do with this one. This is just a quick glimpse of what I have. So that is my dressing table. I will show you the contents in detail in forthcoming videos, highlighters, blushes, bronzers, eyeshadow palettes in detail in separate videos. Otherwise, we'll be here all week. So that's sort of, in general, a quick look, quick glimpse for now. So that's all from me for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please do subscribe to my channel and please do give me a thumbs up, and I'll speak to you soon.